There's this question about the type of vaccines that have been developed. About 20 years ago, it would take close to about 6 years to develop a vaccine. We all acknowledge the fact that there's been a lot of development in the IT space and technology. We've advanced over the years. Even if you look at our phones have evolved over the period. That same technology is being applied in the health delivery system and in production. So that's one type of vaccine, which is the mRNA vaccine. The mRNA vaccine is the ones that were developed for Pfizer and Moderna. When people hear mRNA, the next thing they think about is DNA. The mRNA vaccine has nothing to do with our DNAs. So it's not possible for that vaccine, if you take it, to change your natural DNA. The vaccines are not toffees. Whatever we do, every medication we take, maybe 1 out of 1 million will have an adverse event to that particular medication. So the same way with vaccines. And I can tell you, since we started immunizing people with the COVID vaccine, we've had some people come up with some reactions. I haven't ever in my short time experienced a life-threatening reaction. There are some reactions we have documented where we are going to investigate further. But then if you look at people from the UK who have used more of the AstraZeneca vaccine than any other country, those reactions have also been documented. But those reactions do not mean that you cannot use the vaccine. We may have two people, we can even have twins. They may react to a particular medication differently. So we are all different. Some may react in a negative way to a vaccine, but the vast majority of people are reacting well to the vaccine. There are people who are anti-vaccine. So yes, whilst we are promoting vaccines, the anti-vaccine campaigners also need to work. So it's a global village. Mind you, COVID just surfaced December 2019. We know about measles. It's been there for a long time. We know about polio. It's been there for a long time. I don't think anybody in this world knows everything about COVID. The disease is still evolving. I'll juxtapose that with Ebola. When Ebola came, it was killing a lot of people. Now, when you have Ebola outbreak, we vaccinate people. If you remember, in Ghana, we wanted to do the vaccine trial, and then we had all this controversy, so we didn't do it. But I can tell you, elsewhere in Guinea, Congo, once there's an outbreak, they give the Ebola vaccines, and people accept it. It's the same way for the COVID vaccines. Once it's acceptable by everybody, I'm sure the disease will go down. Initially, it was said that you have immunity for close to about 3 months. And after the 3 months, that immunity wanes. That was the earlier part of COVID. Now, we are hearing that you can have immunity close to about 9 months. And after 9 months, that also wanes. So yes, once you have COVID, you may get some immunity. But it's not everybody that's able to mount up the same immunity. It looks as if those who just get the asymptomatic COVID really do not build up much immunity. Those who get the severe COVID, critical COVID, and survive tend to have better long-lasting immunity as compared to those with just the mild COVID. Well, you see, the virus lives in the lung and lives in the respiratory epithelium. I don't think any of us pour alcohol down our lungs and down the respiratory epithelium. Yes, we use alcohol to clean surfaces, and that's 70% alcohol. I don't think they are drinking 70% alcohol, because if they are drinking 70% alcohol, their whole intestinal lining should be off by now. So some of these things, they see us wash our hands with the 70% alcohol. That is supposed to kill viruses, that's supposed to kill bacteria on contact, but not drinking. Because when you drink, the viruses are not within the GIT. So that is also part of the infodemic. And in our earlier communication to when the COVID started, because we wanted to reduce we didn't know how COVID was going to spread, so we said that if you were sick, stay at home and call and we'll come to you. But we know our health system, it doesn't work that way. And so the people at home who had COVID, they had called the ambulance, nobody was minding them, and then they will start spreading. Initially, we also didn't know that there was a lot of human-to-human transmission. So you will stay at home with your family members, hoping they will come for you. But now, we realize that even what we thought was malaria turns out to be COVID. So I think that once you are sick, go to the hospital, where we all have a high sense of suspicion of COVID. The hospitals are not places where COVID is circulating on the ward or is circulating in the air. All kinds of people come to the hospital. So you may come to the hospital with a cough. Everybody says yours is COVID. I may come to the hospital with a diarrhea, but it may turn out that yours is TB and mine is COVID as a diarrhea. So I would say that once you are sick, go to the hospital. Let's really look for what is wrong with you, and then we can help you. If you stay away from the hospital, you may die rather from something else and not COVID.